Hey everyone, Mitchell back here on my MI Sports Talk YouTube channel. I think this might be a risk for the NCAA, but I think they should seriously have college football this year. I mean, all the sites probably 4 or 5 years down the road, even more. They literally booked their neutral site games, and I live in Green Bay. I'm so excited to work that Wisconsin Notre Dame game if the college football season is still on. Just the college environment. It's one of my favorite sports of all time, and I just can't. I just wouldn't imagine fall without college football. And I just think with them booking their facilities and really planning the college game days, planning all the away tickets and all the tourism that could impact the Ryder Cup the weekend before, but just in general for all college football, and then just the seniors in college that go to school there, the ones like Trevor Lawrence that's going to be a senior at Clemson, maybe if there is one. Probably not going to get another year of eligibility if it's canceled. More than likely they won't, and NCAA had the spring athletes they're gonna get an extra year of eligibility. They decide not to go pro or elsewhere, but for winter sports they did not have let that happen, and I don't think for the NCAA football I don't think that'll happen either. Just because the NFL will eventually scout players like Trevor Lawrence and just others that are returning this college football year. And I think Sean Clifford is also returning for Penn State as another notable quarterback name. And for as a Michigan fan, I really want to see Joel Milton perform to its prime, because Shea Patterson will obviously be gone, and Dylan McCaffrey doesn't do enough. And if they somehow have another scrimmage game, even if it's held without fans, I want to see what those two can do and see who will be the quarterback for Michigan this year. And they're going to have a lot of fun games this year too, including the September 5th, September 7th slot when they have Washington on the road to start the season. Now, that would be a really fun matchup if that happened too. And I just really think the college football environment's just so cool. And the Saturdays are just truthfully the best Saturdays, from 11 a.m. Central Time till about 11 p.m., even sometimes midnight when the West Coast games get really close. I'm always keeping an eye on the phone or just enjoying the games all day when it's going on in the fall. There's just nothing like it, and I just think it's got to happen. And then lastly, before I end this video, I think a college football is canceled. I think it's going to affect all college sports going into the 2020 and 2021 year, and I think it will be very highly effective, because there's more than just football in the fall. You have either boys or girls golf, whoever plays in the fall. You have cross country for the NCAA. You have volleyball too, and Wisconsin volleyball, from living here, they've been in the championship quite a bit the last 4 or 5 seasons, probably 3 out of the last 5 seasons. Volleyball would be another one. I think it's girls volleyball. I think there's men's volleyball too, but I know how good the Wisconsin volleyball team is, and I really enjoyed watching a couple of their games when they were in the postseason, by the way. So those are in jeopardy. And then you go to the winter sports like hockey, you have college basketball, you have women's and men's hoops in that way. I just think the whole season. Then you had the whole spring 2021 from this pandemic that could be canceled too. So seniors that would add their 5th year of eligibility, that would be waived off as well. And I really don't know what the NCAA would do then. So we're just hoping it's not the case. We're just gonna have you guys, hopefully everyone, please stay home safe, and then just only go out if you have to the grocery store, take walks, because it's very good for your body, even a half hour every day. I try to do it 4 or 5 times a week, to just take walks outside of my house a little bit, and just keep doing work around the house, just to keep active. And there are sports replays on. There's my PlayStation 2, my 3, my PlayStation 4. I just doing simple stuff like that, just so till this pandemic passes, because in Toronto there's a public warning till June 30th. But if we could really make it here, like Trump says, on April 30th it'll be done. I think we can finally see football seasons happening, and then there will finally be hotels booked, and people can start thinking about the exciting fall season coming up. And I just can't imagine life without either football, either NCAA or NFL. But I think this segment it's just mostly on the NCAA and what how effective it would be if they didn't have college football. And then I saw something where John Reisman or whatever on Twitter, he does college basketball insider stuff, and in middle of December they scheduled a classic in New York or something at the world's most famous arena at the Madison Square Garden. They scheduled a couple of games. I think it's double elimination. I know they're primary Division I schools, but the fact that they scheduled it, let's just hope by Christmas that it's on too. that would just be another example because that's around mid-December, right before Christmas, and that there are going to be holiday classics. I just think since they're already looking at the college hoop season for this year, where they are scheduling non-conference events, that's just making me feel good that people are just staying optimistic. And then another thing is there's the players, even for NFL. I did a segment 5-10 minutes ago on why I think the NFL season could happen, but I think colleges could also run virtual practices throughout the off season. They could do it from their house. They could do it with a small group of people, with 10 people or less, and I just think they can really pull that out, and they can still do the same workouts and buy the same equipment at the store. Just think they can truly do it. And then once this is all done, they can finally gather, they can practice, they can do media days and just really get used to the system. And then the seniors, since it's not the NFL, it's under contracts for the NFL until you're before you retire or whatever a situation may be. But these college athletes, they have 3 or 4 years. You can't go in on your second year mostly to the NFL, but you have practically 4 years at the max, and sometimes 5 years to really enjoy your experience and just perform and just be ready for that, because they wait their whole lives for their moments. They work hard since they're before 10 on playing college athletics and playing at their dream school, and just really impressing their families and most importantly themselves. And I just think since college is more temporary than when you're in the NFL, it would just be very cool to have them play again. And it would by far, like I said, for the NFL season, I think it would be a very, very special and outstanding college football season with all the rankings that just keep changing every year. Alabama didn't even make the college football playoff last year. Joe Burrow is going to go to the draft, and if there is a football season this year, he will probably be selected by the Cincinnati Bengals. So he'll be out at LSU. They don't have many other recruits. You gotta watch out for other teams in the SEC. Jake Fromm or Georgia is also gone. There's just a lot there's a lot that could really happen. I think just because of all the neutral sites that did book their events, I'm just really staying faithful that college football can also stay on along with the NFL. But yeah, just because the college environment's just so once in a lifetime, and then when you're talking about football, you're talking about involving thousands of fans. You can just take precaution even at the game. Just provide hand sanitizer in the bathrooms. You can do it. You can do it by the concessions. You can I just know you can do it, and I'm really, really feeling it. So hope you guys enjoyed this other segment of the video, and have a great night, and see you all next time on my channel.